Hi, everyone. Welcome back to MudTalks Real Estate. This is episode 4 with Jordan Radloff from Erie Inspections. And Jordan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I want to say, like I said yesterday, very, very happy to be here. I feel very honored to be here. Okay,
I appreciate it.
I know that you're kind of just getting this thing started with the real estate, and I know that you had on Nick and you had on
Brad and Megan.
and Megan Hornsby.
You're the first inspector I've had on here, though.
Super honored.
Yeah.
To be the first home inspection company on here and tell you about your inspection service. So, so as soon as you asked me to do this, I said definitely. I jumped all over it.
I appreciate it.
I love doing podcasts and I like talking to you. So, just a little bit about Erie Inspection Service and what we do. Okay, so I'm Jordan Radloff. I am the lead inspector with Erie Inspection Service. I have been with them 7 years, over 7 years, about 7.5, coming up on 8. I love my job. I love what I do. I love helping people. I love educating people, and I love protecting people. You know, some days I feel like a superhero in my job. You know,
nice.
When I get to
that's a good feeling.
Really keep someone, you know, especially for something safety wise, or you know, something related to, like we talked, carbon monoxide, fire safety, that kind of stuff. But a little bit about our company. Okay, our company was started 32 years ago by my father. Okay. So my father, he started by himself before he got into home inspections. He was a custom home builder. He was a general contractor, and he did very well at that. He had a very good reputation in our area. And then my uncle came to him and said, you know, these home inspections are becoming a big thing on the East Coast and the West Coast. He's like, I really think we should start taking some courses, because my uncle was a plumbing foreman at Cedar Point. He'd been there for a long time. And so he kind of talked my dad into it. They took some classes together. They started getting into it. Then my uncle was just too busy. He kind of phased out of it. Yeah. But my dad started his own company, and he started doing it nights and weekends.
He went from home building into home inspections.
Yes.
That's a great transition, because you know the components of the home.
He knows the house.
He
would do drawing plans to put.
And you said your uncle at Cedar Point?
He was a plumbing foreman. Yeah, he was like the top plumbing foreman. So I got a lot of trades in my background, you know, my family. And my grandpa, he ran Attica Lumber out of Attica, you know, until it closed down. And, you know, he did pole barns, and he did all kinds of drawings. And
it runs in your blood.
Yes. And then my uncle, my other uncle, works for Cedar Point. He's an architect. He's one of the top architects.
Goodness.
And he actually just got moved down to South Carolina because they moved their offices. So yeah, I got a lot of guys in my family that do this kind of stuff. So I grew up swinging a hammer. When I got in trouble when I was little and I got grounded, my mom got me in the car, and she called my dad, and it took me to the job site with my dad's guys.
Oh, that was your punishment.
Yes.
You got to work.
I'd push the broom. I'd pick up the shingles.
You've been around it all your life.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then once I got in like high school and I needed a job, that's what I started doing. I learned how to do roofs. I learned how to frame buildings, frame walls, and I would drive the Bobcat. I'd dig trenches. I would do all kinds of stuff. So, but that's how I started with him. But that was just a job. That was a family business. That was what we did. But so he started that business, and again, 32 years, that's a long time for a home inspection company in Ohio, in the country, not alone Ohio. I always say he's like a pioneer in Ohio. There's a lot of other companies. There's companies 20, 25, even in Toledo area, but we are the longest. We have the most experience. We've been around the longest. We've been doing this. We've been doing home inspections longer than anybody else. So
nice.
We have a lot of experience. We really know what we're talking about. And, my dad, he, great guy. He's kind of pulling himself out of the field now. He doesn't do as many inspections anymore. He's just kind of overseeing and training and helping, doing the business aspect finally. And the one cool thing about him is that, they just started home inspection licensing in the last couple of years.
Okay.
So before, 3 years ago, there was no such thing as home inspection license.
Okay.
So anybody could be a home inspector.
No requirements at all, just...
No.
Anybody can come in, say this is what's wrong with your house?
As long as there was a legal contract,
there
was a payment for that contractor, and there was a report that was you provided some kind of report.
Yeah, but no standard to the report, no specific information, nothing.
Just be computer generated. Could be a piece of paper. Could be a
gotcha.
piece of paper,
as long as you gave him a piece of paper, that was it. Yeah. That was up until just 3 years ago.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
There was no regulation, no nothing.
Okay.
And that's why I think that's where a lot of people. Or I would say a lot of realtors and people in real estate, home inspectors, I feel like had at least, when I first got into this, really had a bad rap. Like, it's like home inspectors don't know anything. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of them out there that don't know what they're doing. They don't know their head from mass, and
Yeah.
but that's not what we're doing. We're totally different. But there were these guys that were fly by nights. They would have a full-time job and then maybe the weekend. Kind of how my dad started.
Yeah.
But definitely not qualified.
Gotcha.
That's the problem.
Okay.
They didn't have.
They're looking for extra money, but not
it's a side
being not knowledgeable in what they were doing.
Yep. And you have a lot of uncles and dads and.
Well, when you have
grandpas
something open that anybody can do, it's again, every profession has some people in there that are not as knowledgeable as others.
Absolutely.
But when you have a open gateway like that, where it kind of gives you a little cheat code to get in and do those kind of things, people may take advantage of it, and then that information spreads about all home inspectors, even though it's not all home inspectors. It was just a few. Yeah.
So I think the licensing has definitely tightened it up a bit.
Good.
We got rid of a lot of these people that weren't qualified. They shouldn't be doing it. You got more. And again, it's not just because there's a guy that's a one man show that does it by himself doesn't mean he's bad.
Yeah.
We're a multi-inspector firm, and there's other multi-inspector firms around here too. But there are some guys that are single guys that they do a good job. They're by themselves and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But there was just a lot of guys that weren't qualified, and we had to compete against them, and like we'd had to see some of the reports sometimes, and we could like,
I imagine their prices were
very cheap.
Very cheap.
Yeah.
Since
you kind of know it. There was a guy for a while west of Bowling Green that I think he said 199 home inspections all day. No, he didn't. He wasn't paying for square footage or nothing.
Oh wow,
199
for everything all day.
All day, every day. And if he had to drive over like 50 miles or something, he added like $20.
Oh wow,
and it's like
yeah,
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
For sure.
Do your research, okay? When you're hiring a home inspection company, make sure you look them up. Make sure looking for reviews. And don't go to the good reviews.
Yeah.
Go to the bad reviews. That's what you should do. When
Yeah.
you first, anytime
For any product,
company,
for anything.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to what is the worst. I want to see that because you read and you're like, oh, this person's crazy.
Yeah.
Or this person. Okay, this one sounds legit. Okay, you start going through them. You're like, oh, okay, that kind of shows you who the company is.
You can see a trend.
Yes. Yeah. So do your homework. Do your due diligence when you're hiring home inspectors, because even though the licensing has helped out a lot, there's still guys out there probably still shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. And especially if you were doing it for a while, you could sneak in that grandfathering. They did.
Yeah.
But the one point I wanted to make about my dad was the cool thing is when they made the licensing, now they made a board to govern the state licensing. My dad is on the board.
Oh, nice.
He
Okay.
got elected by Governor DeWine.
Oh, nice.
So he's part of the board right now.
That's a big deal.
So
That's
it
nice.
is.
Yeah.
So out of all the people that could have been chosen, they chose my dad.
That's
so,
awesome.
And so honored for him to do that. But yeah, we see ourselves as a premium home inspection company. Okay. And when I say that, people are like, well, what does that mean? We are definitely more expensive than most other competitors. I would say probably 20, maybe $40, sometimes more.
Yeah.
But with us, you get some things that you do not get with our competitors.
Okay.
We for one, we think our experience, 32 years in business, and the training, the time that we spend with our guys to train our guys exceeds what anybody else is doing, I believe.
Okay.
And we use infrared cameras on every inspection. That's part of the inspection. Not paying any extra for that.
Okay.
We're using drones. A lot of inspectors, if you come to a house, it snows, this roof's covered in snow, that's it. They're going to tell you the roof's not inspected. They can't look at it. We'll still try to fly a drone. We'll still, as long as it's not snowing actively or raining when we do inspection, we're going to fly that drone up. We're going to see what we can see. There's still maybe stuff what we can see. And we're also like chimneys and flashings, boots, plumbing vents, that kind of stuff. We can still find things even though there's snow on the roof.
This is all part of the general inspection. You don't have to pay extra for the drone, infrared, these kind of things.
No.
Okay.
And that's the thing is, some of our competitors, it's like a $200 charge just for to add infrared on. So it's like, they start out lower, but by the time you're done and you add all these extra a la carte things that they put in there, you're going to be paying more than you're going to pay for our general inspection.
So you guys make it to where those things are in there. There's no way around it. That's part of the inspection. So you guys charge a little bit more, but you guys do those things. What's the importance of the infrared gun? Like, why does that matter?
So an infrared is some people think infrared is a gimmick. Okay, people think, what does that do? Infrared is only as good as the person that's using it.
Okay.
There's certifications for infrared. There's classes that you can take. I think there's a level 1, 2, and 3. I think I am not level 2 certified, but I think 3 of our guys are level 2 certified in
Okay.
IR camera. Okay, so they've taken courses. They have a certified registration. But what infrared helps us with is, it shows us temperature differential. So when we go through and we're scanning a house, it can show us missing insulation. It can show us wires that are overheated. Like say we look at a plug and the plug's glowing warm, and we read because it tells us the temperature right on the infrared camera.
Okay.
So we could say, okay, that's reading 250 degrees. There's something going on right there. Also, a leak in the ceiling. We can easily find a shower. Because as we go through the house, we start at the top and we work our way down. So we start on the second floor. We scan all the ceilings. We can find roof leaks. We can find windows leak and that kind of stuff. Then we run all the water in the bathroom. We move to the first floor. We're scanning the plumbing underneath it as we go. So say notorious the fiberglass shower stall is leaking into the ceiling. We can easily spot that. And I don't know how many times I've found leaks, leaking toilets, leaking showers before they've even caused a stain.
Okay.
It's just a couple of drips are starting to get to that drywall, and we check it, and it's wet, and they open it up, and there's a leak there.
Okay.
But then you catch it before it caused any real damage to the ceiling, and it caught no mold growth, no even stain.
So the infrared is checking for the temperature difference, but you're able to catch things that you can't catch with the naked eye. Like you said, there was no staining, there was nothing going on there, but the temperature difference indicates that there was some water leaking on there.
Right.
Okay, nice.
Because if something it's a darker temperature is going to be purple, black, yellow is going to be warm.
Okay.
So you got kind of your grading scale, and after you use the gun enough, you can kind of look at it. And you can say, oh, that looks like air there. That's missing insulation. I can tell. By looking at this.
So it doesn't just have to be water or electrical things like missing insulation will cause.
I found bees nests in people's ceiling. I found one time inside a bathroom. It was a bathroom fan. They were coming in the vent, and it was this big yellow heat signature, and it was moving. It was like fluctuating, and I'm looking at it, I'm
scary.
like, what the hell is that?
That's a predator.
Yeah. I'm like, you keep looking at it, I'm like, that is so weird. I go, something's going on there. I thought maybe it's just missing insulation.
Yeah.
But I kept thinking that it was like moving. And I went outside and I watched. Bees. I watched these bees flying in and out of there.
That's insane. Okay.
And also, Derek had to one day. He was looking at the tub. He was inside this house, and he looked at the tub, and under the tub, the part of the tub was like really warm up in the corner of the tub. There were raccoons underneath in the crawl space up in the tub.
What?
And he kind of banged on it, and it moved, and then the heat signature. He's like, "Oh, I got raccoons down there."
That's
so I gave him a heads up.
insane. Yeah.
So
okay.
It's
it's not a gimmick.
No,
You're catching serious things there.
Yes. And
Okay.
It's the thing is there's always something new you can use it for.
Yeah.
Some people use it to read the temperature of the water coming out. You can see how hot the water's coming out of the faucet. Some people check the stove to make sure the stove's getting an accurate temperature. They check the fridge.
Okay.
But, you can use it. We don't do. We're going to use it for all those things.
Yeah.
We're mainly using it for moisture.
Okay.
And again, also the finished basements. There is no other way you can check a finished basement for moisture unless you have an infrared camera.
I was just gonna say you can't see the walls on some finished basements, so you have no idea if there's any kind of water getting through. So all you can do is a visual inspection unless you have
infrared.
Okay.
Yeah, so the infrared you can scan, and if something's getting wet, that carpet's wet, you're going to see it. I don't know how many basements I've been in that I was like, there's not a lick of moisture in here. And I start scanning, holy shit. There's a wet spot on the skin, and I feel like it's damp to touch. I would have never seen this.
Okay.
I would have any person would have walked past it. There's no staining on the paneling, nothing. It's just maybe a crack opened up. You're getting a little bit of seepage in there.
Okay.
Which can all be fixed, but.
Yeah. I won't say not a big deal. It might be a big deal, but knowing about it is the important part. Right. And if the naked eye can't catch it, it's something that you wouldn't have detected, you wouldn't have known. But that infrared's helping out there. Okay.
Absolutely. And and that's what I say about, some of these other, if you have to pay the additional, that's okay. I understand why you're doing that, because that's what people say to us is you're leaving so much money on the table.
Yeah.
By not charging for that. You guys are idiots.
Yeah.
What you could make so much more money.
Yeah.
We're making it in our.
Yeah.
That's why we charge a little more, because we know what we're using. We know
you guys are going for the quality. It sounds like you guys are making sure that even what you can't see, you can still detect.
That's right.
Okay.
And like I said, it's I always like to say we try to pull out all the stops. We're going to use every gadget, every gizmo, everything we have to protect our client and to give them as much information as possible.
Nice.
So, but infrared is a great tool, and the drone, drones are a great tool. But again, they're tools.
Yeah.
It's like the drone. It's like, again, some inspectors they don't ever want to walk a roof. They just fly the drone everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can walk a roof, you really should walk the roof.
Yeah.
You're physically on there, you're touching it, you're feeling it. But the drone is for what you can't. If you can't get to something, I've inspected churches, pretty much castles. As far as, down in Perrysburg, some of those old mansions and there's old. I don't know if you've ever seen any of those condos down on the water there, the old Ford estates.
Okay.
I've inspected a couple of those, And once you get to those slate roofs,
I was going to say you can't get up there. There's no way you're getting up there. Okay,
you have no way. But that drone,
the drone.
I got a 4K camera and a digital zoom on a drone.
Nice.
I got a map.
So you can get detail.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
We can tell it, and there's a lot of our competition is not going to be able to see the things and even report on it. They're just going to say not inspected.
Yeah, nice.
So,
okay.
We really do. We really go for the premium service. That's what we're looking for. If that's what you want, then you call us.
Yeah.
Because we'll take care of you, and again, we'll use everything we have, our whole arsenal.
So, so you guys have the drone 4K, which I love to be able to zoom in and look at the detail the correct way. You guys have the infrared. What else do you guys offer for that price point? And I'm only speaking of general home inspection, nothing beyond with that general home inspection.
Yeah, the other thing that we really we love telling people about is the warranties.
Okay.
So we have free warranties that come with every inspection.
Okay.
So there's 4 of them that are included. The one is a 90-day warranty, okay? And that's 90 days from the day we did the inspection.
Okay.
So 90 days after, okay? So 3 months.
About 3 months. Yeah, you got 3 months.
Or 23 days after closing. So we even say, some crazy thing where you can't get in that house for 90 days, you still have 23 days from the moment you walked into that door. So even if it was 6 months.
Nice. You still have 23 days after the date of close.
That's right. And that's for anything that we told you is satisfactory, acceptable in that report.
Okay.
That means we checked it, we tested it, they know that we're a licensed home inspector, we checked it, it's working, it's doing its job. You get in there, say a faucet. Say we checked the faucet, it was working fine, we did the inspection. You move in, the faucet's leaking, okay? You just go to this little website, submityourclaim.net. You put in what's going on. Mm-hmm. You tell them, hey, my faucet's leaking. They'll ask you for a copy of inspection. They want to make sure we didn't tell you about it.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. You upload that inspection report. Within 72 hours, they respond to you. It's $500 worth of repair, and there's no deductible on that.
Okay, so I was just going to ask that. No deductible as long as it's under, which I imagine for a leaking faucet, it's not going to be $500. So,
and you can also have multiple claims within that 90 days.
Okay.
So that's another thing.
So if you have an electrical outlet also that doesn't work that you guys checked out and said was good, you guys will send an electrician, or how does that work? Let me ask that question.
That's a very good question. Okay?
Yeah.
So how it works, though, it's more of a reimbursement. So when you fill out that claim and you send your stuff in, usually they're going to come back and they usually want to see an estimate. Okay. They want to see. So you do have to have somebody come out and tell you.
Wait. So the client can pick their own person as long as do they have to be licensed? I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
And the other thing is it kind of bounces back to us. RWS, the company that we work with, they go back to us and they say, hey, is this person reputable?
Yeah.
They'll kind of go, like we do our final check. We're the ones that give them the okay or not.
Okay.
Because they don't know the contractor.
Yeah.
But they'll say, hey, is this electrician reputable?
Yeah.
And we'll say, yeah. And they'll say, okay. And
well, even if it's more expensive, they have to be licensed, but that ensures that it's a quality job being done there, and you can go back if something isn't done correctly. And regardless of the client's not paying, well, they're paying for it up front.
They are,
but they're getting reimbursed for that.
They're getting the check sent.
Okay,
yep.
So that
check, as long as they see that invoice and again they check with us, everything's good on their part. Most of the time they don't question it.
Yeah,
if it looks legit, the invoice. From a real company,
oh yeah. You can tell when it's not legit.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sure this happened before too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it all.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't say that because. Anytime you think you've seen it all, you haven't.
Yeah,
something will surprise you.
There's always more.
Yeah. So they do. They send you reimbursement.
Okay.
Up to $500, and again, you can have multiple claims on that. The other ones are the sewer guard. That's always a big one.
Okay.
So we do offer sewer scope inspections, which are starting to become before nobody really was doing sewer scopes. Now people are starting to understand how crucial that main sewer line is, because especially in an old house, a lot of that's old cast iron.
Yeah. And
that stuff breaks and deteriorates over time and get roots in it, that kind of stuff. So we can do a sewer scope. We got these really sweet cameras, 4K cameras.
Okay.
We send them down in there. We got a little gauge on them, and it has a camera. And we make a whole video as we go, and we scope the whole line. So that looks for any kinds of cracks, any signs of roots getting in there. Okay. And then we send that. We put that video on a YouTube link, and we send that to them.
Nice.
Private YouTube link. But the cool thing is, so if you do get a sewer scope, I think it's maybe $250 for a sewer scope. That's additional. Okay.
That's additional.
That's additional.
Okay.
The sewer guard is automatic, so you don't have to pay for the sewer scope. The sewer guard comes with the inspection. The sewer guard protects that main drain line and that main water line without us, even if we didn't scope it.
I was just going to say, so that even if you don't pay and get the sewer scope, and let's say you move in and you find out everything's backing up, and then you go out and you find out the main sewer has roots and it's broken, deteriorated, you got to get it fixed.
Yep.
You guys cover that?
Sewer guard would still cover that. Yeah,
it would still cover that.
So there's a little. I mean, there's definitely always warranties. There's always fine print. Okay.
I was gonna say that one has to have some kind of deductible and it has to have some kind of limit.
So
I can't imagine you guys are gonna pay. That can get very expensive very fast.
So what it won't do is it won't pay for obstruction. So if there's say there's roots getting into it and you just have to have somebody aug it out, okay, clean it out and get it going again, they're not going to pay for that.
Okay.
We're talking total failure.
Okay.
Major.
Wait a second. I have a question for you because I don't and I don't know if you can answer this or not. If there are roots going into it, wouldn't that mean that is that not total failure?
Not always. You can you can still because
do the roots if you go ahead.
So because cast iron the way that it is, again, back when we put it in, we were like, cast iron lasts forever. We're going to put it in the dirt. It's going to last forever. Over time, it doesn't. We learned after, in this 50, 60, 70s, we use that. We know it doesn't. But because there's soil compacted around it and it's in the dirt, even if it's, say it has a crack in it, it's not going to leach a lot out because it's all compact around there.
Gotcha.
So what happens?
So it's still shut in and it's still going down the pipeline.
That's right, and that's what they're looking for.
Okay.
It depending on how bad the crack is, how many roots are getting into it, have they destroyed it? The cool thing, not cool, but if you get a crack and you get the moisture starts to leach, that's what the roots come from. Okay, the roots are going for the moisture.
Okay.
Roots actually, this is a crazy thing, crazy science fact for the day. Roots actually have these little hairs on them, and they can hear dripping water, they can hear running water, and they grow towards the sign of running water. Plants are way smarter than what we think.
Yeah.
And that's how they get into your drain lines because they hear that water running through. They grow towards.
They want in.
Trying to suck up any moisture they can get.
Nice.
So they like poo water.
Yeah. They like poo water.
So
it's fertilized.
It is.
It's great.
It makes it grow.
Great nutrients for the plants. Yeah.
So that's what you would think. You would think if you're getting roots into your system, it's a total loss. It's not. If they can still snake it out and they can still make it work, they will.
Okay.
But if it's too bad where it's collapsing in on itself, they're going to say, no, we got to dig this up and replace it. That's where Sewer Guard comes in.
Okay.
Sewer Guard is going to give you, it's a $300 deductible. So it is. Okay. It does cost you $300 to use it. But it's $3,000 worth of coverage. So and to dig a line up, it's somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000.
Yeah. I was just going to say, usually it's even over the $3,000. Yes. Yeah, so the fact $300 to cover $3,000, and then I assume they have to, let's say it's $5,000, they'd have to come $2,000 out of pocket. Yep. But you guys are coming out $3,000 out of pocket.
That's right. And again, that's just included with the inspection.
Without doing the
as long as we didn't notice any kind of backup or anything as we ran all their water and we tested everything. Now if we notice some kind of large backup, we're gonna call that out.
Yeah.
We would hope that you would have that checked out and snaked and
gotcha.
But the Sewer Guard comes automatic, and I had a friend not too long ago where he had a galvanized water line, which was very common in Toledo.
Okay.
See lots of galvanized water lines. Yeah. It was a material we use. It's just no good anymore. It corrodes on the inside, and it usually stops pressure. He moved into his house and his line started clogging up, and he used Sewer Guard, and I think he got $2,000. Replaced the whole thing. He didn't pay anything.
Nice.
So they replaced the water line.
That's a lot of money. It gets expensive. Yeah. Home ownership is expensive. Things can come out of nowhere.
There's gonna be
it's nice to be protected. There's always stuff. Every home has stuff, so it's nice to have some kind of protection there.
Absolutely. And again, just included with that inspection, just more peace of mind. These little things, because again, any other inspection company is going to say, sorry, we didn't do a sewer scope. We didn't, that's what it's going to go to. But the cool thing, like I said, if you do that sewer scope, you get a year of Sewer Guard. So
nice. Okay.
So you get that, and I think you get the 90 days plus a year.
Okay.
So you get a full year, and that's because you check that line, everything looked good.
Yeah.
They're going to cover you for a year.
Nice. Okay.
So that's nice. And then there's a mold safe that protects any visible mold that we didn't find and we didn't tell you about.
Okay.
Now it's only going to be visible mold. It's not going to be, you take a sledgehammer to your walls and you find mold in the walls. We can't see that. And that's on that. While we're on that point, I want to make a point.
Yeah.
Because this is something we get all the time, and I hear realtors say it. I hear people say it all the time, and it's not true. Infrared camera does not see mold. Okay, a lot of people think that you can use that, and you're gonna. I've heard
it's going for temperature differences.
Exactly.
The mold wouldn't cause a temperature difference.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If especially if it's a pass leak or something like that, where you had mold in the wall, it's not going to see that.
Yeah.
But if something's actively wet, the wall's actively wet right now. Yes, the infrared camera's going to work. But I've heard them say this. I've heard people tell clients that as they're doing an inspection, this will find mold.
No, that doesn't make scientific sense.
No. Mold is not a different temperature than everything else.
No.
Unless it's wet right
unless
now.
I was going to say unless it's causing moisture, unless it's attracting that that, which is usually the
That's where it comes
conditions
from.
that allows it to grow.
right.
So, but it's differentiated. It's not the
Yes.
exact same thing.
But
Okay.
I want to be clear on that. That
Yeah.
everyone thinks that you can't just because we
Well,
can scan a wall.
I didn't think that, but for those who are thinking that, I'm glad you
Yes.
clarified that. Yeah, for
I
sure.
want to be clear on that.
Yeah.
But the mold.
So it's
safe-
not going to catch the mold.
No, the infrared does not see mold. It
Not
sees-
through the wall. So if you okay.
No.
But what if it's right on the wall?
Yeah. If there's mold on the wall, I
Yeah.
should see that.
Okay.
You know, I should be able to call that out.
So if you didn't catch that,
if I didn't catch that, say like a good example is like a closet or something.
Yeah.
You know, didn't have anything in it. We missed it somehow.
Yeah.
There's mold on the
it
closet
happens.
wall.
We're all humans. We looked.
Absolutely.
We didn't see it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're not perfect.
Yeah.
We're as close to perfect as possible, but we're not perfect.
Look at that. Fuck.
No, I'm just kidding. But you know, yeah, we missed something. We missed it was visible.
Yeah.
You moved in. There's mold on your wall. It was there. You know, I think it's a $300 deductible still.
Yeah.
$2,000 worth of mold remediation within 90 days. So you can buy whatever
Nice.
you want, bring them
Okay.
in, have them cleaned up professionally.
Because that gets expensive as well.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Mold remediation is super expensive.
Super expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, because and then they always want to do more. You know,
Wait, you guys cover how much?
it's a $300 deductible, $2,000 worth of mold remediation.
Again, not a bad deductible because there's
we
no
missed
mold
it?
remediation that's like 500. It's
No.
gonna be in the thousands.
Yes,
Like
at least
that's
at least $1,500
at,
probably starting
at
just
least.
for a basic clean.
Yeah, I'll say 1,000 at least.
Yes.
I mean minimal.
Yeah. I would say
And
900
so
to 1,000 minimum.
yeah, so 300 to cover X amount
Up
is
to 2,000.
phenomenal.
And
yeah.
again, if we miss something,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be anything big.
Yeah.
It should be something small.
Yes.
You know, that's
Yeah.
the idea. If we
Yeah.
miss something large, then it's a problem.
That's a
with
big
us.
problem.
It's a
Yeah.
problem with us.
Yeah.
So the mold safe again is included, and that's a great one. And because
Okay.
a lot of people are everybody's different, but
Yeah.
mold's a big one that a lot of people worry about mold. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, there's some people. Okay, so we're living in an era where we're coming out of a pandemic, breathing difficulties. Like there's a lot there. There's some people that are asthmatic. There's
Yes.
any kind of difficulty like that. They cannot be in the presence of mold.
Absolutely.
It's going to affect them at a faster rate than it affects.
Yes.
Yeah.
and that's a great fact that you're talking about with mold is it affects everybody differently.
Yes.
So some people could live in a moldy house their whole life, breathing,
Not have problems.
never touch them.
Yeah.
And some people
Some
it could
people
kill 'em, put
walk
'em
in that
hospital.
same day and have
Yes.
problems.
Yep.
So
Can't-
that's
can't breathe.
Yep.
They break out in hives. I've
Yep.
seen all kinds of stuff happen from mold. So mold's not a joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people not at all. Doesn't even phase them.
Yeah.
You would never know.
Yeah, it's different for everybody, but it's nice to know and have the peace of mind that if, by chance you guys missed anything, that they can get some money towards that.
Exactly. And then the last one that we have is the one, again, always my favorite to tell everybody about is the 5-year leak protection.
Okay.
So it's called the Platinum Roof Protection. Comes with every one of our inspections. And what it does, as long as that roof is satisfactory when we look at it, say it looks good, we mark it satisfactory, no issues with it, nothing major. You have 5 years leak protection from the day we did the inspection. That's the best one. So 5 years going forward from the day we did the inspection. If you develop any new leaks in the roof, there is a $400 deductible, but it's $4,000 worth of roofing repairs within the 5 years of us.
Okay.
And a lot of people, and a lot of ones we get is, what happens if my house is at the end of its life? What if we look at it and we're saying, you got about 5 years left.
Okay.
Or you're within the 5-year range.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about the roof, not the house.
Yeah, not the house.
Not the house, the roof.
Yeah,
Okay, just clarifying. Yeah, just making sure.
Shingles. I've never told anyone their house has got 5 years.
sure.
I hope not. I've told some people that you might want to bulldoze it. But,
Yeah.
I've never
But
said
not
that.
5 years left. Yeah.
But the roof, so yeah, as long as we say everything's satisfactory and we call it, you get that protection. And but we do get that a lot. Is like, whoa, what if will they pay the difference? Like if I put a new roof on? No,
Yeah.
they're not going to pay the difference if you put a new roof on.
Yeah.
It's
No,
because
what do
we
you-
told,
no,
we told you you
yeah.
had 4 years left.
Yeah.
But if you ride that out and you would develop a leak, there's still
Yeah.
weeks of coverage there.
So it gives you you don't have to rush and change your
No,
roof out.
that's-
If you have
that's-
5 years, you don't have to change it in
that's-
3.
that's what I was
Wait the
telling people.
5, you get a leak.
Exactly.
Then you guys still cover it.
Exactly, you get some coverage.
Yeah.
for it. And that's
Yeah.
that's what I tell people all the time. It's like, yeah, it's great when you have that
Yeah.
roof that's getting towards the end of its life. You got that peace of mind and that assurance that you're
Yeah.
going to ride out. I'm going to use it on my roof because I
Yeah.
found a leak in my roof. So
Nice.
I'm gonna use.
you-
When I bought my house, I got all the warranties.
Yeah.
because I use them all.
Nice.
I
Nice.
use it all, man.
Yeah,
It's,
for sure, for
'cause,
sure.
Again, I believe in the stuff.
Yeah.
It's not something that it's not a gimmick.
Yeah.
it's because
It works.
I use the stuff on my own home.
Yeah.
When I bought my own stuff, I use their warranties, I use
Nice.
home warranties, everything. I know the game. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, it's good to use that stuff. That's what it's there for. And again, so if your roof needs change within the next 5 years, I would wait those 5 years. If worst case, I would start preparing, right?
Yep,
start preparing. If 5 years have passed, now the roof's not under warranty, then you go ahead and get the roof changed. Right. Until then, save the money. You know you're going to have to change the roof out and prepare for it. And then if worst case scenario, something happens, use the warranty.
That's right.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good plan. I like it.
Yeah, it just makes sense, you know. And and again, it just shows that we're
5 years is a long time.
It is a long time for after inspection. I mean,
that's a long time
in the industry.
Yeah,
you call most people after a year. They're not going to talk about anything.
Yeah.
With you. But and that's the difference between us and some of our competitors. I think is, again, we go the extra mile, we go above and beyond. We believe it because we really do want to help people.
Yeah,
we want to give them everything we can.
Nice.
And I know that me and you've talked about this before, but we believe in that additional info. We believe in that extra mile, because anybody can produce a computer generated report with a bunch of pictures and give 50 pages of stuff. Anybody can do that. Yeah. It's that taking time with the client, explaining to them, this is not a big deal. This is an ungrounded receptacle.
Yes.
You have some ungrounded wires. This is an old house. To, this is major. This foundation is moved. We're getting some water in here. We need to have a foundation guy look at this.
Yeah.
But we like to try to sit down with those clients while we're doing the inspection, they're paying that $400 or $500 for that time with us.
Yeah.
To sit there and pick our brains. If you have questions, please ask, and for us to go through them and explain what we're going to put in that report. Because there's some of the guys, they don't want anybody there during inspection. I've heard they don't want people present. It's like we work when there's nobody present. We just send them the report afterwards. Like no, we want them
thank
present.
You. Yeah.
Like, I want the client there.
Yeah.
I want to explain as much as I can, because the more that I can explain to them and I can have my time with them, the less questions that I'm going to have.
Yeah.
And the less things that they're going to need. Yeah. If I do a good job and I do my job and I communicate things clearly, then there should be less questions. You learn 100%. That as you go too.
Yeah.
When you start off, there's a lot more questions from realtors and clients, and as you go, you start to cross all the T's and dot the I's, and you start to realize, like, when I'm done, I'm not going to get too many questions. If it is, it's probably going to be something important.
Well, I recommend all my clients to be there for the home inspection, for the knowledge of the house, but not only that, the main components of the house. So if you have an emergency and there's a water leak, where's the main shutoff valve?
Yep.
If you're not familiar with that house, while you're doing the inspection, you can point these things out to them, which you do. The electrical box. Where's the electrical box? The main shutoff for the gas. Not even the main shutoff. Sometimes the valves in the bathroom. Yeah. Like if it's just happening in the bathroom, you can shut it off here.
Toilet valve.
And so worst case scenario, my client's walking in, and at least now they know where all the major things are in the house that they need to know about.
Absolutely.
And then they're going to have questions. The 100% they're going to have questions. And some of the stuff on the reports looks scary, especially somebody who has never seen an inspection report. They don't know what all it has on there, and they see a house that looks beautiful, so they assume the house is perfect. I don't even need the inspection, but I'll do it anyways.
Some of them
right?
look perfect. They look immaculate.
Yeah.
Especially some of these flip houses. I mean, they do.
They look super nice, but you don't know what's behind all that. Right. You have zero idea. Any electrical, you have no idea what the plumbing actually looks like.
Crawl space.
The crawl space, the attic, you don't know any of that. And so they're quite surprised to find some of these things, and some of them are completely normal.
Yes.
After you go through so many home inspections, you start to realize, this is completely normal.
Grading.
Grading. You could use more grading. You want to get the gutters further away from all that. The downspouts, you want to get the downspouts further away from the house.
Probably 90%.
Yeah, all the time. I can't stop seeing that now. Every house I go to now, I'm like, those downspouts, they definitely need to be further away from the house.
I can't
stop seeing.
I can't go to anybody. I can't drive in a car now. It's like, look at that roof. My wife hates me. She hates driving in a car with me. It's like, this person needs a new roof.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that driveway?
You can't even help it. You can't even help it. But somebody who is not in this world, and they have this expectation for this perfect house, a report can scare them.
Absolutely.
Even if it's to us normal, to them, they're not used to seeing this long of a report. So it's nice to be able to ask questions, which is why I like to have my clients there again to ask you, hey, what do you think of this? Is this bad? And I know you guys can't answer all the way, but you guys see this all the time. Yeah. You guys know what's a big deal. And if it is something big, you guys say, hey, you need to talk to an electrician. Yeah. Hey, you need to talk to so-and-so. And that's crucial. Yeah. But when there's not, it puts them at ease and lets them know, hey, this is normal. Like, this is okay. The GFC, is it GFCI?
Yeah, GFCI.
GFCI outlets, none of them, they need change. Oh, what? Oh my God. That's not a big deal.
No.
Calm down. This is something we see all the time. It's new rules, and
you
it's
don't
by
have to.
water. Then you don't have. It's
don't
not
have to. It's
a
a recommendation.
requirement. It's a recommendation. Yeah.
As a home inspector, it's really important to note that there's a lot of people that have said to me before, you guys hold all the power and you do all this. There's some home inspectors that love power and they thrive off power.
Yeah.
We all know them. We all have met people like that in any job. They're there.
Every profession.
They want to tell
every
you
profession
how,
has that.
They want to tell you how everything goes. But yeah, we're not that. We're our job is to. Our job is to find the defect, tell you where it's at, and tell you who you need to talk to fix it.
Yeah.
We're not there to tell you the roof needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
We're there to say, roof doesn't look so good. Yeah, there's a lot of missing shingles, a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Looks like it's leaking in a couple areas.
Information.
You need to get a roofer out here.
Information.
And see what the roof says. Maybe he can fix it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's going to tell you it needs to be replaced. But you need to have the roofer. That's not our call.
Yeah.
It's not our job is to observe and report. And that's there's a lot of guys though that I just feel like they overstep their bounds a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've had realtors get mad at me and say, this is, you said you're using your opinion, and this goes back to like something where I would say, amateur workmanship. Okay, that's something I don't use too much. Okay?
Yeah.
But if it's something that wasn't done right, something that looks like it's unsafe.
Yeah.
We want to say we need to have a professional look at this. And I've had someone say to me, you're not allowed to say that. It's like, well, a home inspection is my professional opinion.
Yeah.
That is what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm being paid for.
That's literally your whole job.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you what I believe.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not going to be unprofessional about it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make sure that you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And like you said though, too, the bedside manner. We really work with our guys a lot. We spend a lot of time training our guys, and we really, and again, everybody's different. Some guys are socially awkward.
Yeah.
Some guys are chatterboxes. They just
Yeah.
they talk. There's like we have like Josh. I mean, he's just he's a talker. But everybody's different. But we try to teach that is like, when you're talking to someone, stay calm, stay collective.
Yeah.
There's no reason to excite this person. There's no reason to get everybody alarmed. We're not there to we're not alarmists like, oh geez, shut the gas off. The gas is, there's a gas leak in the basement.
Create a state of panic.
So we're not there to do that.
Yeah.
We're there to, okay, this is what's going on. This is what we found. While we were checking this out, this is what we got to. We need to do this. This is the next step. But we really, I think that's the difference between us and some of our other competitors is some of those guys, they just don't understand that, I guess. And they don't understand that there's, like you said, there's things that are normal, totally. It's not just how much can I find?
Yeah.
How much can I find? How much can I pile into this report and scare the crap out of this person
Yeah.
so they don't buy this house? Like, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
But we're looking for the major things. We definitely have to note the uneven stairs and the railings missing. But that's not why we're there.
Yeah.
We're there to make sure no one's going to die.
Yeah.
We're there to make sure people are going to be safe. There's not going to be a fire.
Absolutely.
Carbon dioxide protection,
And that's a big one. You guys are just observing and reporting, like you said earlier. It's about having the facts and knowing what's wrong with the house. And every scenario is different where some, it's their first home. They've never had a house before. They don't know any of this stuff. And then some are investors that, like, I already know all this stuff is wrong with it. Just tell me so that I kind of have an idea. Is the foundation, is the those kind of things. So you guys just have to report that stuff. You guys can't say, yes, you should buy this house. No, you shouldn't buy this house.
No.
That's not up to you guys. You guys don't know the scenario.
Yeah, we get that. Yeah, we have no idea that if you have $20,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
We have no idea if it's a grandpa buying it for his niece or his granddaughter or something. He's gonna.
You don't
do
know
everything.
the story.
He's
You
got
don't
all the
know.
money. He's loaded. He's gonna do everything. He's gonna fix everything. Yeah, we don't know. So it's not, because that's the other thing is in this job, you have to take your emotions out of it.
Yeah.
Because, and you know that too, there's a lot of divorce, a lot of death. We're going into this woman's house. Her husband just passed away. She's just telling you how sad she is. And it's like, I still got to report all the bad stuff I found in your house. I feel really bad for you.
Yeah.
But my job, I'm not trying to be a dick.
No, not at all.
But
you're a dick if you don't write that
right.
stuff down, if you don't report what's actually going on.
That's right. You have to be honest.
Yeah.
You have to have integrity. You have to tell them, I feel really bad for her. And it's like, I've walked away from houses like, how is this woman ever going to fix all this stuff? And how is this? I feel terrible.
Yeah.
But it's like,
there's nothing that you can do in that scenario.
Nope.
Yeah.
All I can do is do what my client's paying me for.
Yeah.
Tell them what's wrong with the house, and then again, they're gonna they're gonna use a great real estate agent like yourself.
Thank you.
You know, and they're gonna that's what you're there for. You're
Yeah.
gonna help negotiate and try to find value.
Yeah.
And what the value is for that house, and if things can be fixed, everything is fixable.
Yeah.
It's just again, who has the money, who's gonna pay for it? Nobody wants to pay for anything.
100%.
We know that. Nobody,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. No, especially right now.
Nobody wants
Yeah.
to pay nothing. I don't want to pay for anything. I don't want to pay for anything on my own house.
Yeah.
You know, I got things I got to fix on my own
Yeah.
house. Nobody ever wants to pay.
Yeah.
But we got to figure out that. I think you guys got the hardest part of the job.
Yeah.
Negotiations. That's how awkward.
Yes.
You know, I
100%.
just like to tell my thing and get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
as fast as I can.
you're good to go.
They're gonna glare at
No
me and stare at
emotion,
me.
no
I'm
conversation.
gone.
Well,
Yeah.
the conversation just letting know what's
Yes.
going on, but you don't have to negotiate. You don't have to
No.
do any of that stuff.
That's not-
You're
yeah,
good.
they start
Yeah.
talking about that. I'm like, I'm
Ah,
how much?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not going to do that. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not. I'm just going to tell you what I found.
Yeah, and every client's different. Even especially right now, the way the market is, negotiations are pretty much they're rough. They're pretty much out the window. I want to
Yeah,
say
it seems that way.
they're not, but it depends on what it is and what you want to go for. Even on some houses, here's the main one that's killing me are people that are putting in offers and waiving home inspections altogether. I have not found myself to be able to do that because I know how important a home inspection is, and I worry about foundation, structure, those kind of things. Like we said, everything can be fixed in a house.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
But the price changes on what you're fixing.
That's right.
So somebody walking into a house, if it were for negotiation purposes, you get the inspection done, you say, I want X fix, I want X fix. In today's market, a lot of people are waiving the inspection altogether to let them know, hey, we're not going to nitpick. I still have not been able to do that, but what I do is I structure my offer in a form that says we're going to do an inspection. Yeah. And again, the decision is up to my client, but this is my opinion on what the client should always get the inspection done, why they should always get the inspection done. You don't know if that foundation's bad.
No.
You don't know if the structure's okay, and you don't know if that roof may have something major going on in it.
Yep.
Those are major expenses.
Yep.
So I structure in a way that says we're going to do the home inspection, but it's for informational purposes only and to check for the structural integrity, the roof, and the foundation of the home.
Yep.
And we're not going to nitpick anything else. So that way my client is still protected because I don't think waiving it.
Yeah. That's what we recommend.
I don't,
in this market.
Yeah.
At least if it's just informational purposes only.
That's
just
fine.
For their general
that's
knowledge.
fine. So we can't negotiate. So and that I don't want to say that alleviates because I don't mind negotiating and trying. And obviously, if it's a major thing, it might be a different story.
Yeah.
But if we wrote the offer in saying that we're only looking for those things, that's all we're looking for. The rest is informational. But they're going to want to know what's going on with their outlets. They're going to want to know if there's any leaking plumbing. Exactly. They want to know everything so that they can get it addressed and fixed and not let it turn into something major. Exactly. So like you were saying, the infrared caught some leaks that were from the bathroom on the second floor coming down, but before the damages were done.
Yeah. Before they even stain in the ceiling.
So that could be a big deal later
Absolutely.
on. And how much water you lose, it's a lot. So it's better to know about it, get it addressed, and be done with it.
Absolutely.
So I again, the value of the home inspection is there. I'm still against waiving a home inspection. I still have. Have you guys found yourself working less due to the market conditions right now?
I would say right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, this week I think we were up. I mean, we do 60, 70 inspections a week.
Beautiful. That's
so,
nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
10 guys.
Yeah.
10 guys. I think 9. I think it's 10 with my dad, 9 without him. He doesn't do too much. So that's really good. And still
really good.
I think this week, I mean, still January is always our slowest month. Last year we had to create with how business January ever had. It was just a weird year because of COVID and all that stuff. This year January is more normal. Kind of went back to normal a little bit. We still were up. Overall price inspections we were down.
Okay.
So because again our prices are a little bit higher now with the market, and again because we see ourselves as a premium home inspection company.
Does it change by the size of the house as
yes,
well?
It does.
Okay.
We charge by the square foot.
Okay.
So
I was like, because there's some huge houses, and then there's some itty bitty ones. So yeah.
13. I think 13,000 is the biggest I've ever done.
13,000 square feet.
Me and one guy. Yeah,
I was gonna say you need somebody else for that.
Yeah, I had one guy with me. It took us about 7 hours.
Oh my goodness!
5 stories, had an elevator, it was a lot of fun.
I was gonna say that sounds like fun now that we're talking about it.
Cool.
Yeah,
it was a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
I've done. There was one I did in I think it was 12,000 square foot in Findlay. I've done some monster houses, but
that's nice.
I mean, cool, really cool places. But yeah, we charge per square foot. I think our our base range is like 420. That's for anything
Okay.
up to 2,000 square foot.
Okay.
Then over 2,000, it starts raising. I think it's
Yeah.
every like 200 square feet. It raises a little bit, like $20. We charge for additional buildings. Like we give you one garage and a home.
Okay.
That's all part of the inspection. If you have multiple buildings on the property, like barns,
Well,
we're
yeah,
gonna charge
that's
additionally,
more work.
especially when you got lots
There's
of
a lot
electrical,
more work.
heating systems, offices. I mean,
Oh, okay.
we charge for that.
Yeah.
But the baseline is at 420, and then additional components. Say you have like 4 furnaces or 4 air conditioners. Most time nobody tells us that, so we end up not charging for that.
Yeah.
We don't know until we get there, but. We do go by square footage, and then right now it's obviously the last 2 months we've been full of investment inspections.
Okay, yeah,
duplexes, triplexes, quads, single homes, all duplex. I mean, we have investors from Israel, we have investors from California, Florida, Canada. All over
wow.
the place.
I've seen California and New York is
New
the
York
abundant
and
one.
California,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are the two main, and Vegas. Those are the main like places that I'm seeing people from out of town investing in
the
Toledo.
Israel one was weird. We did. There was a guy who said he was going to buy 100 houses. I think we did. We did at least 40 for him or so.
Nice.
Houses.
Very nice.
So yeah, we're always working with different people, and we investment properties. You get yourself into some weird situations there. And you can see some interesting stuff.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff.
Me too,
Yeah.
buddy. It's but it's every day's an adventure. I love my job. Some days are tougher than others. Some days are more stressful than others.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're answering a lot of questions and putting out fires.
Yeah.
That's part of the job. Again, this job is there's no way you can be claim free or be perfect. In this job.
It's impossible.
Because that's by walking into a house and going to inspect it, we open ourselves up for a lot of liability.
Yeah.
Anything we look at, anything we touch, we have to document everything.
Yeah.
Some guys use cameras, body cameras. That's things we've talked about before because
nice.
You got to be careful just to make sure you know what your guys are doing. And we've been accused of stealing a car before.
Stealing a car during a home inspection?
Yeah, out of the driveway or out of the garage. They had a detective actually come and get our inspector and interrogate our inspector.
Wow.
And
that's awesome because I already know that probably did not happen, but that's an awesome story to tell.
Definitely happened.
Like what
the detectives.
Yeah, what how did they think okay, I need to know more about this. So what did the detective ask? What happened here?
So our inspector, he did an inspection. This was in Sylvania somewhere. I think it was like a condo.
Yeah.
And there was a car that was inside the garage when he did the inspection. He had a picture of it.
Yeah.
Inside the garage. Did the inspection, left. We had a real estate agent call us and say that we stole the garage, that we were pretty sure that we stole the car out of the garage. And they said the detectives in their office luckily they didn't take him in.
Yeah.
They actually met him at our office and kind of talked to him about it. He was like, I have no idea that car was there. I have pictures of the car
scenario.
there.
Yeah.
And they found it down in the Kroger's parking lot. It was something with the family. One of the kids had got into it, a joyride.
Gotcha.
And he for some reason didn't put it back. He left it in Kroger, so he obviously didn't do something right. But yeah,
great story.
Yeah, but never apologized.
Great story.
Either.
Never,
yeah. Never.
Oh well, still great story.
It is a great story. But yeah, didn't steal that car.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, we've had some weird ones.
Yeah.
We had someone. The one they said we put. One of our guys, Mike, he said he put pillows all over all the registers, and he was smoking cigarettes inside the house, and he was playing PlayStation while he was doing the inspection.
What a
Like,
story!
he doesn't smoke.
Yeah.
And for one, the guy doesn't even smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
He said that somebody was there while he was there, and they were smoking cigarettes inside the house. It's like, jeez.
Yeah, you guys have to deal with a lot.
You
guys have to deal with a lot.
Weird stuff. We hear this weird stuff.
Now that's just people.
That's people.
What's some weird stuff that you have found during a home inspection as regards to the home?
Okay. A lot of things, I think it's clear to say this is like, we go into places that nobody goes into, not even the seller. We find things all the time. The seller has no idea. We know pretty much. We find something like no one's been down here in the crawl space in 20 years.
There's no reason to go down into the crawl unless you're getting new plumbing or unless you're getting some kind of work done.
Somebody to do that. And
there's no reason to go down there.
No. So it's totally. We understand. You're not looking at your house the way that we look at your house.
Yeah.
We're taking a magnifying glass to your house.
Yeah.
And So we know that there's, not every, that's what everybody always thinks is sellers trying to hide things. They're trying to cover everything up. That's not true. Pretty rare.
Yeah.
That we find it. There are guys that do that. They're trying to put a piece of drywall over a crack in the foundation or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it. you know, but we're there. We're professionals. We can't move too much of stuff, but there's telltale signs of some of this stuff.
Yeah.
We can tell if people are trying to hide stuff and repair things.
For sure.
But it's again more people are I like to think for humanity purposes, people are more honest than we give them credit for. I think for the most part, people are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even our clients, I'd say 90% of people are pretty cool.
A conversation that I've had with because some clients are saying the seller knew about this and how often do you check your own? When's the last time you were in your attic?
Exactly.
When's the last time you were in your crawl space?
What
that's
and
so
that's I haven't been in mine in my crawl space. Why?
Why? Why? So it's not that they're hiding something. It's just like they have no reason to check it.
Exactly.
You're upstairs. Why would you go into the crawl space? So
there's lots of that. There's we know that they're not trying to be nefarious. They're just things. But some of the crazy things that we found. Disconnected flues in attics.
Okay.
I mean, you've seen it on my Facebook before.
Yeah.
Water heater venting into an attic. Just come. A lot of times that happens when, say, the roofers are up there putting a new roof on.
Yeah.
They throw the shingles down. Bang, bang, bang. They're putting these heavy shingles, and that disconnects the pipe. Piece of it will bounce loose, or it'll come disconnected.
Okay.
Because that's going through the roof line.
Now, if it's disconnected, what can that do? Like, what is
the potential for carbon dioxide to enter the home because you're venting your exhaust into your attic space now. And most of the time, what's going through our exhaust, a lot of people think carbon dioxide is what, as soon as you light something up, or your furnace, your water heater, that's all carbon dioxide going out the chimney.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's not.
That's a lot of people don't understand that. Most of that, especially in new high efficient appliances, it's mostly water vapor. And that's why it's bad for old chimneys, like the chimneys that are masonry.
Don't they require a barrier or something now, or a lining? I forget exactly what it's called.
So that's the thing is because in the old day when we had these old, I mean, they were coal, and then we went to gas appliances, gas furnaces. It wasn't as big a deal. Now with high efficient, there's more moisture because we're not more of our gas is being used instead of going up our chimney.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you have more moisture and more water vapor in that.
Okay.
But carbon dioxide forms when something impedes on the flame.
Okay.
So, and that's why like wood burning fireplace, when you're burning wood, that's smoke, that's carbon dioxide.
Okay.
That needs to get out. That's why we got to make sure that's drafting and everything's going to get out of there. That stuff backs up at home. Bad news. But typically a furnace burning into a heat exchanger or a water heater burning, the chance of having carbon dioxide is pretty slim unless something's going on with the burner.
It's more vapor than it is carbon. Now there's still carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's
so
not. It's very minimal to where it's a problem. The problem is when something isn't usually burning correctly.
Gotcha.
But again, having a disconnected flue pipe in your attic, there's that potential for.
I was just gonna say that, isn't there? Like, there's still gonna be carbon monoxide going through there. So luckily, it was upstairs. That it was in the attic, right?
Yep.
So nobody's like walking around or anything up there.
No. But say if something happens where the top of that gets clogged or gets plugged because it's disconnected now, something gets inside of it. Say
it's going to
backdraft. It's going to back up into the home, and then we have carbon dioxide in the home.
Okay,
that's a problem.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
There's been some pretty sad stories in the news.
Yeah.
Where there was no carbon monoxide detectors.
Yep.
And it's something that you can't really smell.
No,
you can't detect.
They say, it's odorless, it's colorless. There's some people that say it has a smell to it. Probably, I don't know. But
how do you know that it's that if it's something that you never smell before?
Exactly.
So like even if you smelled something weird, you wouldn't know what it is.
I got a good story actually with that, and I'll get back to some of the weird things. But there was a house one time I did out in this is beginning of my career. I was probably 2-3 years in. I want to say Rising Sun maybe, or somewhere down south, out there in the stick somewhere. Old big house in this cliff, kind of like a hillside, and just a creepy kind of house. And buyers were coming at the end. I was working my way through, and as I'm going through, I keep thinking I'm hearing like doors opening and closing, and I'm hearing like giggling, and like I swear I hear like little kids giggling and laughing. Yeah, and I don't believe in ghosts or anything like that. I've used it. I get.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying it's not true.
No, yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not a big one. I mean, when I was younger, definitely, but now I'm just kind of, I don't know.
I'll say I believe in spirits and energy.
There we go.
I do believe there's different energies around. So
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but again, that's probably the number one I get with the infrared is, have you ever seen a ghost with infrared? I've never seen a ghost. I've been in a lot of creepy places.
Yeah.
Never seen anything move.
Okay.
I always know on the ghost hunters they use that stuff.
Yeah.
Never see anything like that. But this weird house, hearing this weird stuff, hearing giggling, hearing. I'm tripping out as I'm going through this house. I'm like, I'm kind of creeped out a little bit. So I'm working my way through. I get down to the basement. I get to the boiler. It's a boiler system. It's rusted out completely, and this thing's all rusted. It's falling apart. And I use my carbon monoxide meter. It goes crazy. I jumped out of the house. I'm like,
quick.
I'm like, I'm thinking I'm like lightheaded.
Yeah.
My buyer shows up. The buyer shows up. I say, hey, I recommend. Not going in there. I turned the boiler off. I shut everything down. I said, I think it's leaking carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
My detector said that. And she still went into the house. And I don't know what she's doing. Then she came out. She said, I'm getting a headache too. I said, okay. I said, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much done with the inspection. And but I still think I don't think there was any laugh. I don't know if that was like me having beginning of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I was getting kind of like
either
lightheaded
way,
and hearing
scary.
weird stuff.
Yeah.
It was the boiler was bad.
Yeah.
It was.
I would have ran out.
Yeah.
I would have ran out with the giggling. I didn't even need the carbon monoxide detector to go off. As soon as I heard that, I gotta go. I'm out of here. Yeah. Well, no, I don't know, man. I think I'd run out. I'm gone.
I still to this day, I tell people that it's like I don't know if that was if
well,
it was
that's
really haunted or if it was
good catch / scary scenario that you were in there and that
what
that could
happens if I would have passed out?
Yeah.
And
Who was there to save you?
Nobody.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah. It's that, and again, that's why it's so important to have carbon monoxide protection inside your house.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to have home inspections.
Yeah.
And because we check for that kind of stuff.
They also changed the regulations or recommendations on carbon monoxide detectors. Is that right?
Yep. So recently with the licensing came, our reports have to have them in it now.
Okay.
We have to document that we see them inside the house, and they're supposed to be 10 feet from every bedroom.
Okay.
So, if you have multiple bedrooms and multiple floors, you're supposed to have multiple carbon monoxide detectors throughout the house. And the smoke detectors, one each bedroom and common hallway.
So, okay.
So,
it's each bedroom now.
Each bedroom now.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, new construction.
Yeah.
Okay? A lot of people, they look at us like we're crazy. We tell them that.
Yeah.
But that's what the code says.
Yeah.
And we're not, a home inspector is not a code inspector.
Yeah.
We have to know all the code, but we do not recite the code as we do a home inspection.
Gotcha.
Never.
So it's a recommendation again.
It's a recommendation.
Okay. Now the carbon monoxide is a big one though. I have to say only because it's not something that you can detect in any way. You just don't know until it's too late unless you have a device that can detect it for you. So that's a super big deal.
Super big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, and some of the other stuff you're asking about, some of the stuff that we find, some of the crazy stuff. Found, multiple times found sewage pipes broken open, toilets broken open, sewage down in the crawl space. Actually crawled in before. Yeah, and realized once I got in there, realized what it was. I thought it was just standing water. We don't usually go in standing water, but salt toilet paper.
Doesn't that smell come?
Yeah, I don't know how the people didn't smell.
Yeah.
Didn't smell it. But the father it was a kid buying his first house, and the father was there, and he was like, "I want to hug you right now."
Yeah.
Like,
no, you don't
want to.
No, you don't.
I was like, not right now. I was like, let me take a shower first. He was like, no. He's like, thank you so much. Thanks for what you do. Thank
well, it's
you.
a great catch.
Those are the days, like I said, you feel like a superhero.
Yeah.
And there's some days you don't. Some days you go home and you're like,
people are mad at
they
you
didn't like me.
Yeah.
The seller's pissed off. The realtor's pissed off. It's like, oh man, everybody's mad at me.
Yeah.
We go home and cry.
We all have days like that. Took it like a champ.
Yeah. Just stick it on the chin.
What else can you do?
Today,
Yeah. Just doing your job.
Yeah. But one of the biggest ones ever it wasn't me. It was one of our guys, Jared. He found a dead dog in a crawl space of somebody's, a family pet. It was a Labrador. It was a big dog. It was, and it just mummified dog. And he told the owners. They're like, yeah, that was our dog. We didn't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we found cats. I don't know how many cats I found in attics and garage. I found ones that got locked into a garage.
Oh man,
no good. You don't want to see
that. That sounds sad. That sounds sad. Yeah, those are not good days. No. Those are not good days at all.
What else? lots of insects, man. Lots of
Yeah.
a lot of people. I don't know if they know, but we got a lot of wood destroying insects in Toledo area. Especially around the rivers and stuff. Got a lot of termites.
Yeah.
Carpet ants. Lots of problems with that stuff. And if it goes unchecked, it could be a big problem with your structure. Wood frame.
Now, and this is something that I notice is you can get that test done separately for termite.
Yep.
But during the general inspection, you guys tend to look for that kind of stuff.
We're not, that's again, at the end of the day,
you don't go in depth, but you guys are always kind of attentive to that.
Yes. Because it's such a it's a prevalent issue in our area. So we need to understand what our area is that we work and what are these big problems we're going to see. And we're not going to walk, because you didn't pay us the $70 for a pest inspection, we're not going to walk past termite damage and say, I didn't see that there. The $70 form is actually a form, it's a national form.
Okay.
So it gets filled out, gets sent to the state of Ohio. Like our client will get a copy, but the actual state of Ohio, everything gets filed.
Okay.
And they come and they audit sometimes. They check us out. They see, make sure we're documenting things correctly. And the one thing with that, though, becomes a big problem. Sometimes the realtors get upset is if we find actual damage, structural damage from them that needs repaired. We're supposed to document that. And if that gets seen by the bank, they'll ask for a structural engineer to check that. So that sometimes we get a lot of feedback.
But why
with us?
Why not every profession has the best of people in it, right?
Yeah.
So I'll word it. I'll start out by saying that, and I'll say I wouldn't be upset if you guys found something like that for my client. I feel like you guys would be saving my client from dealing with a headache that's going to be a major issue later, especially if it's a structural thing, especially if it's like a main, like a support beam
beam in the house. Got termite damage or something.
That's a big deal.
Absolutely.
I would want you to point that out before it became a bigger deal. So I don't see why some people would get upset with you about that.
I think it's the point. It's the point that
unless you planted the bugs.
Yeah.
Did you bring termites with you? Yeah. But aside from that, I don't see why people would be upset with you for finding these things that are already present in the home that could actually save their client. I like the home inspection to tell me what's wrong with the house.
And absolutely, and that's again, there's good people and bad people in every profession, like we said, and some people. Again, in a home inspection, they want to do their job and they want to find the problems and they don't want to scare anybody and they want to do what they're paid to do. And then there's some that want to run through it quick and get their paycheck and they're not really doing a good job. Yeah. Same thing for real estate agents. Some of them just want
in every field.
They want to get to that closing table and they want the least amount of problems, the least amount of hurdles as possible. We all want that. Yeah. But we got to be realistic. And that's it's just they don't like that part where
I want that too, by the way. Yeah. It's not like I want the problems. I just want to clarify that. It's not that I'm like, yay, there was a problem. But if the problem is already there, it's not like I caused the problem or you caused the problem. Exactly. I'd rather look, we caught this. Like this is the scenario. Now make a decision. By the way, all that has a remedy as well. Absolutely. There's a remedy for everything, so it can be fixed. It can be. But it can't be fixed if you don't know there's a problem.
That's right.
So knowing the problem is there allows you to make the choice whether you want to address it and fix it, negotiate possibly at that point, regardless of the path you want to choose. Without that information, you can't make the right choice.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and I just think it's that the part where you get the structural engineer has to get involved. They don't. A lot of people don't like that. Yeah, it's a second. You got to pay another guy to go out here. Yeah, look at this. Tell you the same thing we just told you. There's damage there, needs repaired. Now we got to figure out how much it's going to cost to repair. But again, you got to get estimates for these things. Yeah, that's what a lot of people they start. Oh my God, they start going crazy. Yeah. It's like, slow down, stop. Yeah. First thing we're going to do, get somebody out here, get an estimate, get a number on it. Yeah. Once you have the number, then you know. Yeah. Like you said, then you got something to work with. Exactly. We can get the price off the house, we can eat this and know this is, we're going to get this much back. Yeah. We're going to get a check to a contractor that we can have the stuff done.
There's negotiations that can take place or at least be attempted. Exactly. Sometimes it's not going to, especially in this market, like everything's tough, but maybe a half and half, maybe a price off the house, maybe money to go towards the contractor. There are multiple things that can be done in that case. If you need more information, reach out at any time. That's a quick plug. But if you don't know about it, there's nothing that you can do about it. So then 100% you have to eat it. If you buy that house, there are problems there. Now you're done. You have to pay for it.
And that's, that's the problem with with this market right now.
Yeah.
Because you are advising that it's a good idea. Okay, we may not be able to do much with the inspection, but at least you're going to know what's in that house. I think we should still do it for knowledge. Some people aren't doing that. We've had a bunch of horror stories lately where we've gone back. People pay for the inspection afterwards. After they already bought the house. The house, and they've I wanted to do an inspection, and some of them have been good. Some of them it's like, wow, yeah, this is pretty good shape, good job. And some of them are not. Some of them had some serious issues. It's like, dang, now you're stuck with it. Now you got a lemon.
Yeah, and there's not at that point you've already closed on a house. There's not much that you can do in that scenario. Yeah. You can't negotiate once you're done. Once the deal's done, there's no way around it.
No, and I had a story from a past client that we had. She did 2 inspections with us, and I mean, she spent over $1,000 every inspection. She got mold, she got radon, she did everything, pest inspections, and both of them fell apart. They both had problems.
Yeah,
both of them had issues. One had asbestos and on ductwork and all kinds of stuff. The one furnace wasn't working. So she walked away from those 2. Well, she's seen another house, went through with her agent. She's like, it just looks so nice. She goes, I think because of the market, she's like, I think we're going to waive the inspection on this one. Yeah. Her boyfriend was with her. He said he was handy. He can fix all this stuff. Blah, blah. She bought the house. She's had all kinds of problems, and she called her realtor crying. Said, I should have got a home inspection. I really made a mistake. I thought, 3rd time's a charm. And you can't blame her. She spent a lot of money. I mean, we don't all have thousands of dollars to.
It's understandable, And then in this market, also, you can't even negotiate closing costs, so you need that money for that. Appraisal gaps being thrown out there. There's a lot where money is crucial. Yeah. Now that being said. That's an investment that's saving you a lot of money, because I am curious to find out how much was spent after finding out all the problems that were going on with the house. Yeah, it would be and then you don't even know about them. Yeah. You're finding problems as they come up, which is a scary. The money's it's climbing. A scary scenario
because right now things are not cheap.
No, cost of all materials is up.
Materials up, labor's up, everything. Everything. Up. So now you're paying probably at least 2 times what you would have paid, 2 years ago.
I can advise my my clients to waive home inspections. Like I said, I try to structure it in a way, and I also reach out to the other agent and let them know, hey, we're not nitpicking or anything like that. But what I wish, perfect world scenario, sellers. I wish that they would get a home inspection done when they go to put their house on the market. Yes. Knowing that people are going to waive the inspection, right? If that could be provided, obviously, I can't, Yeah. But if that would be a better scenario where the home inspection was done recently before the house went up for sale, and then people could go into it, and maybe if they wanted to waive the inspection at that point, great. I probably still would advise the home inspection, just the kind of person I am. Somebody working for working for a particular client as a home inspector shouldn't affect the report.
Yes.
The knowledge is the knowledge. So what you find should be put in that report. That being said, it could be possible that the report didn't have, depending on who did the report, I'll say, all the information. So I would still advise my client to get it. But it would be nice to have a home inspection done and what goes into the house. Even if it would be better if the report has everything on it, and okay, look, this is going on. Choose it or don't choose it.
It's interesting that you brought that point up, because before all this happened, before COVID happened, we actually had a program that we were pushing called a pre-inspected houses program.
Okay.
And that's actually exactly what we were doing. There's a guy, he owns another inspection company. I'll give him a shout out. Aardvark Inspections. He's out of Indiana.
Okay.
He's a member of the top group that we are. We're part of a group of home inspectors in the nation called the Top 3.0, and we're some of the top home inspection companies around.
Nice.
And, so we all kind of get together a couple times a year, and we share. We just have little trading conferences and share secrets. Well, him and another inspector came up with this program.
Okay.
And what it is, it's a sweet idea, but because the market has shifted, it's not working right now.
Yeah.
But for a while there's a couple of realtors that actually I worked with, and it was actually seemed to be working pretty well. But how it works is, before someone goes to put their house in the market, usually the realtor contacts us. Okay. We do the inspection, just like we always would. We give them the inspection. When we're done with that inspection, we put a sign in the yard. Okay, it says this house has been pre-inspected by your inspection service. It sits right next to your real estate sign, and it says text this number if you want to check out the home inspection report.
Nice.
So they know we're reputable. They
Yeah.
know our name. They're going to check it out. So if they text that number, it says, okay, pay $20. If you want to look at this inspection report, for every view, it's $20. That $20 goes back to the seller.
That's oh really?
Whoever paid for the inspection.
Oh,
so
wow.
Sometimes the agents, there's some agents that pay. There were some agents that were paying for the inspection, so
Yeah.
that money goes back to them.
Nice.
Anybody that gets their credit card and puts it in, that $20 goes back to whoever paid for the inspection report.
That's very nice,
Yes.
but that's a win-win because
Yeah.
$20 for a home inspection
Absolutely.
is
Less than
nothing.
400, 420.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and they get the whole report in their hand. They on their phone. They can look at it right there while they're sitting outside the house. They can see all the major things.
That sounds like a phenomenal thing. Is that program isn't around anymore?
No,
or
we
is
still have it. It's
you
just-
still
it
have
just-
it. It's just
yeah,
not used.
Yeah, we're just not. I mean, our sign sit in my drive or my garage.
Yeah.
'Cause no one's. We've talked about it. No one's really wanted it anymore. But
Well, because it's a seller's market,
you
so
can't-
sellers don't really need to do it. But with the amount of money that sellers are making over their asking price right now, it seems like it would be an ideal situation. Again, this is a perfect world.
Yes,
It would
I'm
be
with you.
nice if
I'm
they
with
did
you.
that. And then not only that, if the seller paid for the inspection, hold on, I got to shout this program out real quick.
Yeah.
So if the seller pays for the inspection,
Yep.
and they put the sign out in the yard,
Yep.
when people text the number and ask for it, it's $20.
Yep.
The buyer then gets the report.
Yep.
And then that gets paid back to the seller who paid for the report.
That's right.
What happens if the money goes over what was paid? Do you guys make a profit off of that?
No, we don't make any profit.
So
off
then
that.
where does
We
that
just
money
get the
go?
money for the inspection. It keeps going to the seller.
It keeps going to the seller?
Yep.
Sellers, you guys have like 70 people
Yeah.
looking at your houses.
Right now, yes,
The home
it would be
inspection,
amazing.
do it. You guys will make even more money, and the buyers get to have the inspection report. I'm 100% recommending that you guys do that. Holy cow.
It does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits.
You
to
should
it.
probably
But
change that, and you guys should pocket the money over the home inspection. I'm just
That's a
throwing
great
that
idea.
out there.
All
I don't
access money
right
goes to
now.
your
Yeah,
inspection
because
service.
there are some houses on the market that are getting 70 plus showings
Crazy.
within 48 hours.
That's crazy.
It's mind-boggling. If each one of those people paid $20 for the report, like it's a phenomenal number.
I think. I mean,
yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what we truly believe in the program.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we've had a lot of flack from older agents.
Okay.
And again, I love older agents. I love all real estate agents. Okay, I love working with real estate agents.
Yeah.
That's who I get my referrals from.
Yeah,
Okay? So
for sure.
I work with some of the best agents in Ohio. I know
Yeah.
I do. You guys are rock. Okay. But a lot of older agents would say to us they don't like that program because
Yeah.
they don't want to disclose anything. You know, I've had them come to me and say, Jordan, if you didn't do the inspection, they're not going to find the stuff that you found.
Yeah.
They told me that. They're
Yeah.
saying, so we don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't want to know unless we have to know.
Yeah.
And, you have that. That's an old mindset. Now, you're like me.
Yeah.
Put the cards on the table.
Yeah.
Let's know. If there's a problem there, we need to know because eventually somebody's going to find it.
Somebody's gonna
And
find it.
If you
And
didn't
it could
tell
be
anybody,
worse later on.
You screwed somebody then.
Yeah.
And that's not what that's not what I do this
Yeah.
for. I do this to make sure we're not getting screwed.
Mind you, selling the house right now in this market, disclosing whatever is wrong with the house,
Still going to
you're still gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be all right in this market.
100%.
Like, yeah, it's not something that's gonna affect you greatly in any way, shape, or form in this market. Yeah.
But yeah, we hope that maybe again when the market turns back to maybe a buyer's market, that program will succeed again. And I'd be glad to send you.
I think it. I honestly, in my opinion, I think it would work better in the seller's market because of the amount of buyers that are going through that are going to pay the $20. Okay, so if it's a buyer's market, the seller pays for it, and you don't have that many buyers coming through, they're not really getting their money back. In a seller's market, they're paying that money, and they're probably going to make a profit unless you guys change that program.
No.
But if you don't, then the seller's going to make even more money by getting that report sold for $20 a piece. It just sounds it sounds like a great idea. I'm just
it's a very good idea, and it's worked
I think
pretty.
so.
But yeah, like you said, when it was a buyer's market, yeah, you may get 4 or 5.
Yeah.
that buy the report, and you can see all that though too.
You still
That's
get a
the
part of the money
other-
back,
The other
too.
cool thing
Yeah.
about it is anybody that texts that sign, you get all their information. It gets sent to you. So as soon as they're looking at the report, they have to put their info. They got to put their phone number in and their name. That's a lead to you. So
definitely get it.
yeah, so we'll talk more about it, but we
like
just haven't had much success in this market. We've we've waited.
I
Dave's
haven't
still
heard
trying
that.
to push it,
I haven't heard that announced ever. I've never heard of that program until now.
Yep.
So it's very possible that people just don't know about it,
possibly.
or maybe I just don't know. I don't know.
The only thing to it is as an agent, you have to be part of the program. So
Yeah.
it's pre-inspected houses.com. I think is,
Yeah.
but you have to have like a login. And
Yeah.
I think it's like there's some kind of membership fee to it for the leads.
Yeah.
But I think, there's some of them, they gave us like 10 free memberships. So we were giving them out to agents.
Yeah.
To use it for free.
Nice.
We
Okay.
may still have some left. So
Yeah.
I'll let you know. But it's something, it is. And again, that's how we've always thought is real estate sold backwards.
Yeah.
Why do we come in? You guys find this house. These guys find a house they love. Their heart's set on it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys negotiate to a price. You put your list, or you put your offer on there.
Yeah.
They accept your offer, and then we're going to do a home inspection, and we're going to screw everything up.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Why would that? That's the worst idea ever. Do it opposite.
I
know
get it.
Everything is wrong.
Yeah.
Then we put them out and say, I'm not fixing this. Okay, this is going to cost $2,000.
Yeah.
Not fixing it. The roof needs to be replaced. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
There's where we're at.
But the seller would be in full control of that anyways, but it would be nice for the buyers to know this stuff up front. As a matter of fact, it could even save the deal because the person who's getting into that negotiation with you already knows these are all the problems that I have and I still want the house.
Exactly.
Now you're dealing with a person who already knows everything that's going on and they 100% want to commit to it. You skipped a whole process where somebody could back out as soon as there's too many things, I don't want to deal with this, and then they back out. You're skipping that whole process.
You already knew.
Yeah.
You already knew.
Yeah, you knew and you still went through with it.
Yep.
You're fine with it.
Yep.
The program sounds good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a good program.
Is it on your website at all?
I believe it is.
Okay.
I'll double check that though.
Because
we've changed our website recently. So, but
okay.
And again, it's something that just kind of since 2 years ago, since COVID, it's fell in the back.
Yeah.
But we were really making some headway, I thought, and we were. I mean, I was probably doing two. In the summer, I was probably doing 2 a week or so for a while. So it seemed like it was picking up, and then it just kind of disappeared. But it is a great idea.
Yeah,
and
I like it.
I'm with you.
I like
You're
it.
right on board. Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
So,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, are there any other points that you wanted to touch on with your inspections in particular? A quick overview with your general inspection. You guys are giving a drone footage of the roof if you can't get up on the roof. Even if you can get for the places that you can't get to, you guys will use the drone.
Yep.
You guys are using infrared.
Yep, throughout the whole home.
Yep. You guys are offering a warranty for free. So this is included in the price. So while you guys are a little bit more expensive, you guys are including those two things and the warranty.
5-year leak protection.
Okay.
A sewer guard.
Okay. Protected
main drain line, water line, mold safe, and a 90-day warranty for anything we mark acceptable, covering that all.
Okay. So I feel like there's plenty there, but is there any other reason that you would advise people to go with Erie Inspections over some other inspection companies?
Yeah, like I said, we're I think we're the most thorough around. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a reputation for being pretty thorough. Everybody's gonna tell you that they're the most thorough, but we really are.
Yep.
We really work hard with our guys to train them. Again, we're not deal killer. We throw that word deal killer around all the time. We're not trying to be deal killers. We're trying to tell them as much information we can, be accurate, not scare them. If something's not a big deal, let them know it's not a big deal. Again, always on the top of technology. If we got drones, whatever the new thing's coming out, we're on it. We're the first playing with it. We're even working on maybe getting some crawl bots. We're going to have these little bots that will be able to send in these tight crawl spaces with little remote controls.
Nice. So you don't have to go in and find broken sewer lines anymore.
Yes, or dead dogs. So we're that's kind of the new thing, and we're also again we got into sewer scoping within the last year. We love pushing that. Okay, that's super important for people with these older drain lines. You really should be scoping your drain line. Know what you're working with, because you don't want it to back up. We found out the hard way, and that's poo.
Yeah.
We're also looking into possibly getting into chimney scans. We're going to get cameras that will be able to send up the flue of the chimney to see all of it. Because, one thing about home inspections, this is something good to touch on, is, we do everything we can to find everything, but we cannot see everything.
No.
And that's a misrepresentation, I think. I think a lot of people don't understand that. I think agents don't understand that. I think clients don't understand that. They don't understand exactly what the scope of an inspection is. There's certain things that we're not going to touch, like a sprinkler system, a well or a septic system. That's just out of our expertise. I mean, if things are backing up or we have bad water pressure, we know there's something wrong with the well or there's something wrong with the septic. But those aren't our areas of expertise. Chimneys as well. We can only see so much of that flue.
Yeah.
So we're talking about getting into that, but there's a lot of things that we can't see as a home inspector.
Yeah.
But again, that's why we bring all those gadgets to try to find
as much as possible.
I just think that So again, there's other companies that are around here that do a good job. I get to see the reports. We get all the reports. We do our homework. We know who our competitors and who we go against. There are some other good companies. There's bad ones too.
Yeah.
But we pride ourselves again in our experience. Again, all of our guys are, hundreds and hundreds of inspections. I've done almost, I'm coming up on 3,000 inspections.
Oof.
So, and I think my dad's done, he's got to be somewhere in like maybe 10,000.
Yeah.
Maybe over that.
That's
probably.
crazy.
So,
a lot of experience here.
We've seen lots of houses built.
No.
We do commercial buildings too. We do commercial.
Okay.
So we do we do doctors' offices. We do stores, ice cream shops. We've done all kinds of churches, all kinds of stuff. But I think for more bang for your buck.
Okay.
We're definitely looking out for you. And again, I think that we're the most thorough around, and I think that your money's well invested if you're getting a home inspection from us, and you're going to learn a lot about the house. It's not just a quick, here's your report, see you later, don't ever call me again. We're always there to answer our phones. We got 3 girls in our office. They're there all the time. We work Saturdays. A lot of some companies don't do Saturday, Sundays. We do. We have Derek. He works every Sunday. He wants inspections on Sundays. That's his day he works. So we can always get to somebody. Okay. And we go above and beyond. And
love it.
I think that we're the most professional home inspection company around. So
I love it. Absolutely love it. So one more little plug that I want to throw in there, and I've used multiple home inspection companies, and one of the reasons that I can happily refer you guys is the quality of work that you guys do, the amount of things that you guys find, no matter how minuscule or how big they are. You guys do a great job of reporting it. But the most important thing that I think you guys do is you guys talk to the client, and you guys explain to them the situation, everything that's going on in the house, and you answer any questions that the client has. On site, which gives the opportunity for the client to go back to the certain area where they see it and they don't understand it, and for you guys to explain it, and it removes a weight off the shoulders, understanding what the problem is. And so that I think that's the most important component that you guys offer, is your ability to talk to the client and explain to them what's going on, aside from all the things that you guys find, aside from everything else that you guys offer. At the end of the day, my client is front and center.
Yep.
And you guys take care of my client, which I really appreciate. So
thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So I'm going to link your website down below. If you guys have any questions or you guys want more information, please check out the link below. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out at any time. I appreciate your guys' time. Have a great day.
See you.
Hey guys, just wanted to take a quick moment to shout out to my sponsors, me, myself, and I. Yes, I have absolutely no sponsors, but I did want to let you guys know 2 things. A, what we were drinking on today's podcast was Heart of Gold vodka, made here locally in Toledo, Ohio by Toledo Spirits. Phenomenal vodka, tastes delicious, highly recommend it. Go out and buy. Again, no affiliation with them whatsoever. And on today's podcast, I had Jordan Radloff from Erie Inspections. Again, absolutely no affiliation with Erie Inspections in any way, shape, or form. He's somebody that I've had home inspections done with before. I felt did a phenomenal job, and I wanted to have him on the podcast. That being said, any other home inspectors that would love to come on the podcast and talk a little bit more about what they do, I'd love to have you and have that conversation. Reach out to me. You can call me at 419-654-0871 or reach me at MudTalks@gmail.com. Either way, I hope to hear from you guys. I appreciate your guys' time. Have a good one.